could always push your feet into the ground, but we're letting our weight drop. You guys good? Your swing could always be higher, but if you're happy, we're good. Well, no, I'm going to adjust everything, okay? So if you need it higher, I'm going to adjust it. Everybody else looks good? Okay, great. So just give me 1 second, and we'll do that. Okay, so from here, the whole reason I like to use the swings is for the therapeutic value on the spine. We want to create space in between the vertebrae. If we're pressing our legs forward and then pressing our pelvis forward, our spine is not releasing straight down to the ground. So we want to traction the spine out of the pelvis to create more space in between the vertebrae. And we're letting gravity do the work. Now, obviously, after spending about a half hour like this, your arms are complaining instead of your back complaining, right? So this is what we're going to do. Instead of wrestling with the swing, which is the natural tendency to kind of like life, right? Really kind of effort it a little. We're simply going to straighten our legs. Straighten our legs back. That's good. Yep, you're going to just watch your head in the background and open your arms wide. Now, as you lean back, point your heart towards the sky. The swing just slid down into space. So Brad, straighten your legs all the way back. Yes. Now press your heart up towards the sky. Yes. Okay, open your arms. Now notice the swing's in the right spot, right? Now from there, take a forearm press. Remember, use your forearms. And now sit straight down. And it'll kind of hold. There you go. Drop the hips. Drop the hips. Good. Walk your feet forward a little bit more, Tara. You'll be good. There it is. Nice. Does that feel okay? Awesome. So just go ahead and do that one more time. Press straight back, right? Press your heart up towards the sky. You're gonna come up for me for a second. And then from there, see if you can just open the heart. So arms are like wings. Straight legs, nice strong foundation. Good job, guys. And then try the forearm press. Yes, and then come back to sit. Beautiful. So we're gonna go nice and slow today. The main reason why I'm doing the intro is for you guys to get the therapeutic value of the swing, and then later on we can try some crazy flips and tricks and stuff. But it's really not necessary. That's just for extra playtime, for fun. Right? So while you're sitting in sumo squat, just a couple more breaths here. Sway from side to side a little bit. It's called swagger. Okay. Absolutely, try that. I'm just going to introduce myself. I'm Jen Healy. We just kind of jumped in. Thank you guys for trusting me enough to come and play. And this is Lori, who's assisting. Lori's amazing. So we're going to be here to help you as much as you need. I usually only teach small classes, so you have lots of attention, okay? If there's anything you need or any questions, feel free to shout it out or wave a hand and let it be interactive. You know, this is what's fun about a workshop, is we can really get into it. So remember to engage the lats, so you can pull down even more here. Yeah, so pull down here. Good, you feeling good? You guys look so good. Okay, and then when we swing from side to side, see if it can happen from the pelvis. Is it drop your hips? So just notice, people who have lower back pain do this almost 100% of the time. When your hips can hang, you get the space along the iliac crest, the sacrum. I'm going to do a little bit more therapeutics than I normally do, but just see, instead of pushing the legs from side to side, which is a linear movement, see if you can rock your pelvis. Yes, just rock from side to side, really good. And if at any time you need a break with the arms, just do the press and lift your arm. And then see if you can keep the hips heavy. There you go. You know, it's like, you'll chew gum, rub your belly. So there you go. Really nice, guys. So why don't we go ahead and just, nice, wonderful ladies. So why don't we go ahead and grab for the first leg loop. We're going to talk about the anchors. We always have one hook with the swing, so it's underneath our arms. So there's a tendency to want to go like this to grab, but that's a no-no because you can fall out. We're going to be close to the ground the whole time, but still, we want to keep our anchors. So we hug around the swing, grab for the leg loop with both hands. We're going to make sure it's a good height for us. We're going to put it behind the knee. We're still just testing out the equipment. We are all going to do the street side. Okay. Sorry, street side. So Tara, I don't think I gave you the rendition. So this is the first time I'm teaching. This side is the street side, so the other side. Okay. So put that leg loop down. And so let's go this way with everybody. So since we're teaching in the center, instead of we're gonna give up the left and right for today, and we're gonna go street side and market side. So there's a great market over here. So let's just try it, okay? So now let's go market side. Both hands. Oh, yeah, there you go. Keep the wrap, and then put that behind the knee. So that should feel really good. Drop your hips. That's the magic number. Drop your hips. Let your hips be heavy. This is like my lifted hip section. Drop your hips a lot. There you go. Thank you. Yeah, just this part right here deepens. The hip is So this is Chilaxin. This is like the #1 favorite pose. Anybody can do this. And now what we're going to do is we're going to lift our heart. So keep your hips where they are. Just like you're arching over a bar, press back, clasp your hands behind your head. And this is the full Chilaxin pose. Isn't that amazing? Yeah. You guys fitting back there? You good? You're like little Legos? Yay. So this is it. This is our main pose for today. We're going to, like I said, take it nice and slow. Now be mindful of the walls, of the beams, of each other, doors, chairs, anything in the space, but I want you to just gently have a little swagger from side to side. So Brad, drop your hips a lot. There you go. Let the heart open. Now we're slowly, and in a very playful way, starting to recalibrate the spine. So we want to start to initiate the back bend from the upper thoracic while the lower back is relaxed. So can you keep your hips even heavier? There you go. Just try it. Find that sweet spot between the heart lifting and the hips dropping, so you create a whole nother arch with the spine. It should feel really good. Does anybody have any discomfort that they want to tell me about?
Is it okay to extend your arms out?
It is, yeah. Absolutely. So the Chilaxin pose is basically what we do is we flare the elbows, so we're really opening up the chest. So this is really for the pectorals. But at any time, if you want to release your arms, really good question, then you can do that. And of course, Leah, if you'd rather see me and be right here, you can switch swings. But if you're good, okay, good. And you have all these lovely ladies to mirror back here. Really good, guys. So sometimes I'm just going to give you a little heads up. And again, if it's too much information, just filter me out. But if you're interested in the therapeutics, I'm going to tell you a little bit more about why the swing is so helpful for the body. Now, if anybody else is feeling your knees, these points behind the knees that are a little intense, it's because these are kidney points in the Chinese medicine. These are really good for rebalancing the adrenals, which everybody knows, right? The kidneys are connected to the adrenals. But it's also really good for helping lower back pain. Okay, so if the points behind the knees are a little intense, I'm going to give you an alternative. Of course, you're going to be mindful of your neighbors, but you can take your leg loops and you can spread them out a little over your calf. Okay, so everything spreads out. The swing spreads out and the leg loops spread out. So if anybody has too much discomfort in the back of their knees, they can do this. Okay, now the feeling underneath your underarms, you just get used to in time. We're just not used to engaging our upper back in this way and opening up the chest. So if you feel uncomfortable, it's okay to lean back a little bit more and take pressure off, and it's also okay to do the forearm press. So try the forearm press again, and notice that you can, like, the more you press in, drop your hips, Brad. Drop your hips even more. There you go. So you want to be able to look at me, Brad, while we're talking. There you go. So it's still upright, so drop your hips a little bit more. Yeah, more. Yeah, right there. You feel the difference? And now the back bend is happening from here. And of course I made this up. I made up all the names and the sequences, and it's kind of my thing. So it's a little bit easier for me. So it'll come in time, but just practice what it's like reversing all of that congestion that happens in the front of the spine from sitting. Okay, we're going to come back down to the ground, but while we're here, let's just do a little, what's called a half Chilaxin flow. Okay, we're going to inhale, open up our arms, T. Exhale, squeeze your arms around the leg loops and hug them in. Just tuck your chin into your chest and round for Child's. So take a few breaths here. If you ever need a break, Child's is a really good pose. It is really common to get woozy from kind of like seasick in the swing. So if you ever need to come down to the ground, come on and come out. But if you feel okay with the tiny rocking sensation, that's really going to help rebalance the nervous system. Now we're going to inhale and we're going to blossom. So everybody keep your knees bent, but open up the arms and open up the heart. Keep the hips heavy. So sometimes we straighten the legs here, but it's usually when we have a little bit more space. So today we're going to keep the knees bent. So this is star. And now we're going to exhale, come back into Child's, wrap your arms around the leg loops, Pull them in, and then let your back round for this one. So it's more of a pulling pose, right? Now we're going to inhale and then blossom. So now we're activating the front of the spine again. Beautiful, guys. So that feels great. Really flex your hands back, open up your palms. And then exhale, child's round in. So this is for everybody, right? I have 80-year-olds that come and take my classes and my trainings, and I also have 5-year-olds. So anybody can do this practice. So we're really making it accessible. Inhale, last time slide. Nice deep breath here. I feel like you can breathe into the heart, open up your palms and adjust your receptivity, and just allow the body to sink in. Inhale back up, and come to sit. All right, one last time. Let's get a little bit more swagger going. Again, be mindful and playful of your neighbors, with your neighbors, but see if you can just get your swagger on a little bit. There you go. If we synchronize swim, it works out really well. We're just like little fishies, right? And of course, since some of us are backwards, it makes it even more challenging. How about? It's all right. We're up for it. We're up for the challenge. Really good, guys. Okay, so now we're gonna come to center when you're ready. Isn't that fun? So the swinging motion, just tell you a little bit more about that, is actually a nice, easy way to stretch the fascia. The fascia is the connective tissue over the sheath. It's a sheath over the muscles, which tends to get really tight. And this gentle, simple rocking swaying motion starts to loosen that up. So that's the first thing that I like to do when I get into the swing, and therefore the muscles have a much greater capacity to stretch and also get more blood and oxygen flow. So again, I'm giving you a little bit more therapeutics than normal today. Hug your arms around the swing. Grab for one leg. Let's all do market side first. Come on down. Now this is very important. So I'm going to go step by step, and I know it seems to be too much information, but trust me, we're going to stay seated the whole time. So grab for the second leg loop. Okay? Pull that out, and then come back to your sumo squat. Now some people like to stand up and jump all around and their leg gets stuck, and it's okay, we can do the circus version, but we're just going to be nice and mellow today. So let's give our arms a break. We're going to lean forward into a wide straddle. So the mat's around, you've probably noticed. Everything about me is a little different, but the round mats will allow you to move out of the linear space that we're experiencing life in general, get out of our boxes, and more move in the same spherical nature as ourselves. So you're going to keep leaning forward with your heart, bend your elbows, let the swing catch elbow creases. So if this is peppermint patty, we're not getting the sensation right now. We're going to sink our hips back and come into a wide straddle forward fold like you're in yoga. So most of what we're doing today I'm calling yoga translations. You guys good back there? Yay. Okay, so in the yoga translations, we're taking a pose that we're familiar with, and we're giving ourselves a little bit more variety and support with the swing. So we're hooking with the elbows, nice long spine. So from the tailbone to the crown of the head, you have a straight line of energy. So we're not dropping our heads, we're not sinking through the heart, but I do want your hips over your ankles. So identify where your ankles are, and then bring your hips back over them. There you go. Feet can be 3 feet apart. So a little bit wider with the feet if you have long legs.